Hey VV Nation, welcome to our weekly Monday video, the top 5 picks that we provide for you every week. See, folks, we do the work, you reap the rewards, and we work hard so you don't have to. Folks, we use one software for 3 different countries, and normally I try to give you about 15 different stocks to accommodate those different countries. Now, the thing is that this is not a cookie cutter video. Every market that we look at is different. We're going to see that today. Let's get right into the VectorVest software. Let's start with the US. We look at the US, we look at Canada, and we look at Australia. So from that perspective, I'm looking at a 3-month graph on the VectorVest composite. If I go to the home page real quick, it shows that we are still in a confirmed down call. That is the slowest, most conservative market timing call that we have. But if we look at it today, looking at the 3 and 8 exponential moving averages, with today's activity, big up candle breaking through what I was looking for to cover and fill the gap. That is a positive sign, even though we have a confirmed down call. So what does this mean for you? Why is the market moving up today? Well, how about the Fed is going, well, not the Fed, the CPI report comes out this week on Wednesday. We will be live, by the way, when that report comes out. And people think that it's going to be cooling, and the Fed is going to be using this when they come later on in the month of July 25th, 26th, when they give the Fed announcement of what they're doing with interest rates. Now, I think a lot of people think that he's going to resume interest rate hikes, probably a 1/4 basis point. But again, I'm not the Fed, I'm not him, so I don't know exactly what's going to go on, but it's the perception of what will happen. And then we've got the jobs report coming out on Friday as well. So there's a lot of things going on. And it looks like there's a lot of bullish euphoria coming into today, even though the confirmed call is down. So I took a different approach when looking at the stocks for this week for the US market. I'm going to go to the viewers tab. I actually gave 4 stocks to the upside and 4 contra ETFs to play as well. I think that that is a prudent way of going, and all you need to do is look at the graphs to determine whether or not you want to play whichever side you want to play. Or you can play the long positions and hedge with the contras just to be on the safe side. Remember, these are my top picks for the week. I've got 4 contras and I've got 4 solid stocks. I've got Technoglass, which has still been on a run, even on a big up day today. Notice that all 4 of my bullish picks are nicely up today, and all 4 of my contras are down today. But I want you to notice something in regards to the contras. None of them are screaming to the downside, even on an up day like today, which I think adds to the prudent nature of what I'm doing in the US market. Dust, TBT, REK, and SH are my 4 contras. They are all down on a big up day, but not screaming down on a nice up day. My TGLS, PDFS, Decker, and ELF are my 4 bullish stocks. And you notice something? Decker undervalued, PDFS is overvalued, Technoglass is undervalued, and ELF is way overvalued. But and this question has been asked: when do you pay attention to looking at undervalued stocks? For me, when I'm looking at longer term plays, that's what I'm looking for, undervalued stocks. But I understand why stocks are overvalued at this time. Money goes where money grows. Money is still growing more in the stock market than it is in putting money in the bank and getting interest on that money. So because of that, a lot of stocks I think are way overvalued for that reason. Notice that all of my stocks, my bullish stocks, have CIs above 1. These are good quality stocks. If I move over to the right a little bit, all double-digit earnings growth rates. So again, I'm still keeping in line with the bullish stocks that are really good quality stocks. Let's graph them all real quick. Let's go put these on a 3-month graph. And TGLS, nice up day today. Notice the pullback, hammer formation, nice rebound. Like to see it take out the 3-month. I still think it's a good stock. PDFS bouncing off support, the 3 and 8 hitting a new 3-month high. Let's go to the next one. Decker, new 3-month high, rocking and rolling. And Elf Beauty pulling back a little bit, but I like how the 3 and the 8 have held up. And then let's go look at the contras. Dust was hitting close to 3-month high, pulling back back on a down day today. Let's go to the next one, TBT, pulling back. Look at that, 3-month high, even though it's pulling back today. REK, I like the bounce off support, and if the market is shows legs of wanting to go down further, I like the bounce off support, and I'd really like to see the 3-8 cross and break above that level of resistance. Same thing with the pro shares short on the S&P 500 coming off a level of support, and I'd really like to see the 3 and the 8 cross. All right, so that's for the U.S. market. Let's go move over now to the Canadian market. Let me pull this up. Here's the market timing graph. Now, remember I told you that this is not a cookie cutter video where I'm just going to go bullish with all the stocks all the time. When I look at the Canadian market, currently below the 65-day moving average, little indecision going on today. If I go to the home page, also looking at a confirmed down call as well. I decided for the bullish side, for the Canadian side, I wanted to remain a little bit more bearish until I can see the price of the composite go back above the 65-day moving average. So my list for the Canadian market are all contra ETFs. It's tough to find those contra ETFs in the Canadian market. So I want you to just be very mindful of your market. And if it follows behind the U.S. market where it looks like it wants to rebound, I'd be very careful with these, all right? But keeping all of that being said, up day in the market today. Yep, up day for the Canadian market, not by a lot, flat to up. But for the time being, because of the confirmed down call and because we're below the 65-day moving average, I decided to go more bearish. Here's my stocks for you here. These are my contras for you. Let's go graph these all real quick. Oops, that's how I wanted to do it. Go to viewers now. Let's graph them all. Let's pull these up real quick. Put this on a 3-month graph. I do see HDD, the inverse, coming off a level of support. A little light today, but not that far. A couple of weeks off of the 3-month high and still a buy recommendation. Let's go to HXD. Was nicely pulling up down day today with an up day in the market, but I'm going to keep my eyes on it. HSD. I like that. I got maybe possibly a double bottom here, which could be a bullish move on it. Down day today, but the 3 is currently above the 8. And BITI, a Bitcoin inverse on Bitcoin, leveling out, but CI is falling. RT is below 1. I would still keep my eye on this one as well. Not telling you to get into any of these just quite yet, especially with the way that the market is going. I still think that the contra side for the Canadian market is probably the best way to go. All right, let's move over to the third market, which is the Australian market. Same kind of scenario. A lot of sideways move in the Australian market, but currently the price is below the 65-day moving average. Gap down, never faded the gap. Excuse me. Moving down even further to a 3-month low. So I wanted to do the same thing with the Australian market, but not a lot of contra ETFs in the Australian market. So my stocks for you today in the Canadian market will be short selling stocks, to play. Now, the Australian market is more of an end of day, so I only have the end of day data, but I'm looking at 3 out of the 5 have CIs above 1. What does that mean? In a downtrending market, those stocks that were hot are probably going to fall down the fastest if your market continues to fall. Let's go bring up the graph on these stocks, put this on a 3-month graph. Well, if you're going to sell a stock short, that's a good looking stock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trading days in a row, moving down. Excuse me. Earnings per share is falling. RT is falling. Again, stocks that have high CIs in a downtrending market tend to move down the fastest. TLC.AX broke through a couple of levels, well, actually at least one level of support. I've got another level of support sitting at 501. RT is falling. Next one, wow, SVW.AX broke through a level of support, gap down, almost tried to fade the gap, but look at that, more to the downside. Now, I do see rising earnings on this, but remember, the direction of the market affects about 80% of the stocks in that market. Same thing with SHL.AX falling, broke through a level of support, has some more downside to this next level of support. And the last stock is ASXAX. A little bit of a sideways move, but never faded this gap. This stock has shown that it doesn't have any propensity to keep moving higher. Gap down, never faded the gap. So again, these are my stocks for you for the Australian market. Folks, the whole idea of these videos is to put you on board with stocks to trade for the week based upon what's going on in the market. That's the value. The value is no matter what the market is doing, VectorVest will bring to the table what you need to be considering. So that's what we have. If you're brand new to the channel and you like the content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so that you'll get an alert when new videos like this come out. And if you like the content, please hit the like button and share the content. Folks, there's a lot of people out there who need this information, and we strive very hard to provide the best information that we can for investors around the globe. Folks, this video is over. And until the next time, see ya. Hey VV Nation, you know that we can analyze any stock in a matter of seconds. Do you want to analyze any of your stocks for free? You want VectorVest to tell you what you really need to know about that stock? Well, you can. If you go to www.vectorvest.com/YTFSA, you can get a free stock analysis on any stock that you're currently holding or are possibly looking at. Folks, what do you have to lose? Do that now and analyze any of your stocks in a matter of seconds.
Yeah.